I want to thank you very much for looking into this silly little project of mine. And if you would like to see yourself in one of my future videos, all you have to do is set your camera up, get ready to do some recording, and have a roll of filament on hand that you can use as a prop. You don't have to have good lighting or even a good camera. I don't care about any of that stuff. Just have fun and follow along with the prompts. Hopefully, if you follow along with the prompts that you see on screen, the timing will all line up and I can take your video and just drop it into my editor and everything will line up. Hopefully. Each prompt is going to show first on screen with a black screen, and that is telling you what you are going to do. You'll see that for about 20 seconds, and you'll have 20 seconds to get ready for the next shot. Then it'll count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the screen will turn white. And that's your time to do what it says. If there's multiple steps to it, you'll see the text change color to tell you it's time to do the next step. Now, to help you along, I'm going to walk through all of the prompts that you're going to see now before we actually do it. The first prompt you're going to see is going to tell you to start your camera. Don't wait for it to turn white. Don't wait for it to count down. Hit record then. And when that prompt finishes and counts down, you're going to hear an ear-shattering noise. I apologize for that, but I need to hear that noise on your recording to know where I line up the action. Then, the next prompt, I want you to look like you're working away on the computer, look at the screen and go, ooh, or look at the camera rather, and go, ooh, and then hold that pose. It's gonna seem a little bit awkward. It's gonna seem like way too long, but don't worry, I'll cut it before we get to that. It's important that you don't drop your pose until the screen turns black again for the next prompt. Now, the next prompt that you're going to see, and let me just take a peek at it over here, that's right, is to hold up a spool of filament, look at it doubtfully, and you're going to have a long time to emote to this roll of filament like, oh, I'm disappointed in this roll of filament. Now, it doesn't matter what roll of filament, but I would recommend that if one side of it has writing or something that indicates what brand it is, hide it or face it away from the camera or whatever. I don't want to offend any particular brands, but that's not the point. The point is that you're having fun, so just kind of look at this roll of filament and go, oh, I'm such a big, terrible mistake that don't say anything, just put it all in your face. Then when that prompt ends, your next prompt is going to, you've got 20 seconds to unroll a small coil of filament, and it can be off of that same spool. It doesn't matter what it is. Hold it up, and then you're going to get a chance to say something, ad-lib some boring filament type, which when I did it, I was like, red filament, even though I was holding yellow filament, I was like, red filament, because that to me is the most boring filament out there. Just come up with a silly, you got a little bit of time, come up with oh, this filament's so boring. Oh, boring filament. And then look at the camera and go, ooh, hey, that's interesting, because that's when I'm going to say, you need the Filament of the Month Club. Oh! Then hold that pose until it goes black again. The next prompt that you're going to have is simply you looking at the camera and saying, thanks, 3D printing professor. And then at that point, hold that pose until it's done. And when it's done, we cut out and you're good to go. Now, at the very end, before you hit stop, I would like you to look at the camera and say your name and where you're from. Don't give me a specific address, just the country or state that you're from, just to give me an idea of where you are. And also, I might include that in the video. Hi, my name is whatever, I'm from whatever. And you can say anything you want there. If you want to send me a short message, that's fine. I'll be the only one to see that. I'll cut out everything else. But I'd like to hear from you since you're doing this for me, and I'd like to, get to, some of you I know by name, some of you I know by handle. I'd love to see your faces, and this is my chance to do it. So say hi, then hit stop, and get this video to me. Now, how you're going to get this video to me is up to you, but you got to figure a way to get that video file. You can upload it to YouTube and send me the link. You can put it on Google Drive and send me the download link. And once I've downloaded it, I'll let you know so that you can delete it so it's not eating up your Google Drive space or whatever, Dropbox, however you want to get me that video file. I leave that up to you, but I look forward to hearing it. Well, that's everything. I think that's everything you need to know. I think we are ready to start the recording. So at this point, we're going to drop into the prompts. But again, I want to thank you very much, not just for watching this time. I want to thank you very much for being in one of my videos. And I look forward to seeing you on YouTube.
You know what it's like. You see a cool new filament and you want to try it out? But as you're hovering over that buy button, you remember the last 3 spools of fancy filament that you bought, used for that one thing, and haven't used since. You could join one of those monthly filament subscription boxes and maybe get 1 or 2 of the cool ones, but you'll also be buried in more samples than you can use, not to mention the. It sounds like you need the 3D Printing Professor Filament of the Month Club. Each month you'll receive a generous coil of just the good stuff, enough to work with it, but not so much that you'll feel guilty later.